you dumb, beautiful fucker.
Who wants to be in America's slash fic with Abraham Lincoln?
Louisiana Purchase, that's a name.
You need to really get off my balls, okay? I'm gonna kick your ass.
Also, why was Michelangelo so stinky? Ew.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 230 of the AllYouCanHear podcast. I'll be your host today, Patrick. And joining me today are my two curious co-hosts.
It's Jonathan.
And that Cannon guy is here for this little adventure. How's everyone doing? I hope you're great. It's been a fantastic week, if you can't tell by the sound of my voice. That was sarcasm.
Fantastic. Thanks
for having me, though.
Happy you could join us, because we a little bit of behind the scenes up front on the show. We had an episode, like a directed episode, planned for you today, but some last minute things came up. Colt and Winslow weren't able to join us, so that idea is gonna go back in the idea pool. So it's just gonna be a cool low down banner session with the three Art House participants today.
Oh yes. What we do every day, just with mics in front of our faces.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep. So, yeah.
Not that that's a bad thing. I don't want that to come off like that's a bad thing. I love shooting the shit with y'all. Always do.
Straight shooting.
Straight shooting. Pew pew. I might end up doing that today. TM.
Cannon shoots hard on blank.
I mean, there's a lot of blanks I could shoot hard on right now.
That joke has layers.
Like onions and blanks that are like they're bullets that where the sperm don't work.
Yeah. but be careful, because blanks can still be deadly.
Yes. R.I.P. Brandon Lee.
Yep. We watched the Brandon Lee movie this week.
Yeah, but we can't talk about it on this show.
No, you have to wait.
Well, we can.
You have to wait all the way till Thursday to hear our report on that.
Yes, because if you're listening to this the week this no, I'm kidding. I don't know.
That's my bit, brother.
I don't know. You opened the can into the mic. That's my bit, brother. Everyone here has an aluminum can, but me, I got bottles. I don't have any canned beer. So yeah, bottles it is. Yep. Happy birthday, Captain Shimmy, by the way.
Yeah, today is his birthday.
It's not going to be his birthday when this episode comes out, but it is his birthday right now.
We're recording on his birthday.
Yeah, we're having Shimmy a party tonight, and we're doing a little quickie recording before the whole gang comes over and show some nice, clean fun.
Oh, yes. I'm excited.
So, yeah, so what, like you said before, we're just going to hang out, shoot the shit, and catch up what we've been doing this week. Also, we might have a little mini taste test at some point during the show.
Ooh. Is it Oktoberfest? Because it tastes great. I have one right now. Not a sponsor, but I have one.
Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. But no, while we were getting party supplies, John and I found these sick little mini churro bites.
Yeah, like Pat was just like, he brought these over. I'm like, what the fuck are these? I was like,
now they look like they look like they come from what would you call? I guess the bakery section of grocery stores and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it came from Walmart.
Oh yeah, like I mean, no joke. I mean, Walmart, big company, fuck them, whatever. But we don't have a lot of options down here. That being said, the bakery area is always the first stop when I go to Walmart.
Yeah.
So, if I'm coming in on the grocery side, yeah,
always, because it's just right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's go ahead and try them out.
Oh shit! Okay.
Since we're talking about them,
and also a tip for the folks at home and for people listening. Usually, like, is when you walk into a Walmart on an end cap, they'll have these little bags that'll come cookies 3 a piece that they cook, I guess, in house, or they just like microwave. Who knows? But those are really good, especially the chocolate chunk ones.
Ooh, yeah. I forget what they were. They were some sort of dessert square that Liz and I found, and we were able to get them twice before Walmart just decided they weren't going to make them anymore. Some sort of like cheesecake square. It was great.
Ooh, that sounds good.
All right, we're gonna try these little mini churro bites.
Oh yes. You know, basic standard cake donut, but I do like that spice on top.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
and it's in there. They're like a little extruded churro shape.
They you know what they taste like to me?
Yeah.
The more I chew it, the more it tastes like those Little Debbie donut sticks.
Yes.
they
Yeah,
do.
like exactly like that. Actually, holy shit,
These are good.
they're pretty good.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I'm not. I mean, I'll eat a cake donut. They're not my favorite, but a good cake donut is.
It's very solid.
fun.
Yeah. We have a little mom and pop donut store downtown. They do the cake donuts.
What about Babes?
Babes. Oh my God, they're so fucking good.
Yeah, I love the blueberry cake donut from Krispy Kreme, and Babes has one that is. They're damn near identical. They're both really good though.
Yeah, I know the few times I've been to Babes, their honey chicken biscuit, really good.
I've heard things about that. I haven't tried it yet, but
I like their Homer, which is like a simple like ice donut, and it looks like the iconic donut from The Simpsons.
the chocolate and the sprinkles.
Yeah.
Nice.
And also at Babes, when you get a donut, you get like just free donut holes in your bag.
Yeah, they just chunk in a couple extra for you.
Like imagine if Five Guys, instead of giving you like a grotesque amount of fries, just gave you a bunch of donut holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, never order anything larger than a small fry at Five Guys because that's just a mistake.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a known fact they just dump extra, right?
Yeah, like they literally just like take the cup that they put the fries in, sit it in the middle of the bag, and then take a giant scoop of taters and just throw them bitches in there.
Because I don't know anybody that's actually finished all their Five Guys fries.
Like a small too, and like I am a large person. I love food. I love to eat, but I never finish my fucking fries, and I always order a small. And it's not like you can save Five Guys fries.
they don't.
Well,
They don't keep.
an air fryer will bring those fuckers back to life, but if you don't have one of those, Five Guys fries, they suck. Like if you go to get it to go, if you take it from there, and we don't live far from there, even driving back from there to our house, those fries go bad like instantly. They don't get like, I mean, I think you can get them like extra crispy or whatever, like extra done, but they don't fry them enough in my opinion. If anything,
Yeah.
they may blanch them a little too hard.
I feel like
As someone in the biz.
insider talk.
Oh,
Insider baseball
Well,
with
I-
Cannon Grant.
Yeah, I will say that Five Guys. It kind of feels like they just congeal.
yeah. They turn into like a tater pudding almost.
It's something that the oil or something they use to fry it.
It's like this shit. It's like they fry them in like candle wax
Now-
or something.
Now, I know like we blanch the fries where I work. So, but whenever I go to Five Guys, I notice they have like like way more fryers. And I believe they have a section just for blanching, which is just like a lightly cooking will make them like fluffy on the inside and very crispy on the outside when you cook them again. And they're supposed to cook faster that way too, which they do. Freshly blanched fries and then making them into fries that go out for an order are the best fries known to man. And that's what Five Guys does. But at the same time, they do not keep long for shit.
Yeah,
No.
you have a very small window to enjoy those.
I still love their burgers and shakes, though. Those are. I got bacon in a shake there.
Ooh.
Yeah, the dude behind the counter gave me a fist bump. He goes, "Did you order this with bacon in it?" I was like, "I sure did." He goes, and this is before COVID, whatnot. He's like, "Hell yeah, right on! I get it all the time." I was like, "Man, I'm ready to try it."
I'm just imagining like he gave you like the fucking boba straw to suck up the bacon with.
Well, I probably should have. I think Five Guys does give you milkshake straws, but of course the bacon did settle on the bottom, so it's just chunks of bacon. Should have like blended it like more fine, like more of a powder or a bit maybe.
Yeah, more like not like actual like strips of bacon.
Yeah, they basically just take a strip and like chop, do like a quick chop and throw it in the mix with it.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking of churros earlier. I had like crazy idea. Like, what if we actually like interviewed like the local like eateries that are like specific to our area.
I mean, that'd be rad.
I mean, it'd be a funny bit. Like, we just call up, like, Mi Casita and Las Piñas, like, all these, like, local little confectionaries place.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating more of these churro balls.
I mean, they're good. Like, we're
But
like,
yeah, you were right. I was like, what do these things taste like? And you nailed it. Those fucking donut sticks.
like I said, like it took me a minute to get it and register it, but once the flavor overwhelmed my palate, I was like, oh my god, these are legit those coffee cakes without the icing on top, which I love those. By
It's
the way,
like a light glaze.
yeah, those are really good. Even with like, you know what? I don't think I've ever actually dunked them in coffee. I need to change that shit.
Oh, I bet that would be good.
We also need a coffee maker.
Yeah.
I forgot we had one. It just shit the bed.
It's like, hey Google, can you make coffee in an air fryer?
I was waiting for my phone to actually pop up because I do have an Android.
It just cuts to a video of someone's house on fire.
It's ours. What the fuck? We're inside.
Oh fuck!
Find out tonight at 7. Da, 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 da.
But yeah, Five Guys fries suck.
It's almost as if we had recorded proof of that.
Yeah.
Because, like, in case you don't know, way back in our first season in 2017, we did a French fry taste test where, according to those results, Five Guys didn't rank very high, which, is something of a sacrilegious statement to a lot of people, it seems.
Really? People get mad at the anti Five Guy fry talk.
Yeah, they did like a shooting hard on Five Guys.
May I ask what the top three were? Like, what was 1, 2, and 3?
All I remember.
If y'all remember that. If you don't, it's fine.
Well, if you give me a moment, I'll pull up the spec.
Oh shit! I love that you have all of the statistics and all that shit. I love it. I know. I guess it's kind of part of the, I guess, job per se, but I do love it.
I know number 1 was Chick-fil-A.
I mean, that's a solid fucking fry.
I love waffle.
Waffle fries are good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, a different shape and take on a tater, but man, I can't tell you when I've had bad Chick-fil-A waffle fries.
Whereas I can tell you, like, other places like Wendy's or Five Guys or
Wendy's, like Five Guys, also has that window. Like, Wendy's fries go bad real quick, especially since they went to the whole hand cut gimmick.
So this is our results for the French fry taste test. Although we do suggest you go back and check out that full episode.
I'm interested in listening to that. I haven't got to that one yet.
Because, like, honestly, our food episodes are some of the most fun to do.
I bet. I have fun on the food.
And,
ones.
like, ever since we decided to switch from eating first and then recording to eating while we record, it's definitely been a big change, which you can thank in part to my sister giving us that suggestion, because she thought it was more entertaining to hear us react in the moment to the food we were eating. And I agree. I think you get a lot of really good content.
yeah.
But anyway, the results were for Cannon of the 15 fries, Five Guys but dead last at 15.
Okay.
14th place Crystals, 13th place Cookout, 12th Bojangles, 11th Jack's, 10th Wendy's, 9th Burger King, 8th Hardee's, 7th McDonald's, 6th Popeyes, 5 Sonic, 4 Arby's, 3 Zaxby's, and 2 Checkers, and Chick-fil-A being number 1. Now, of course,
Honestly, there aren't many hot takes in that list that I'm just like, maybe Checkers not that great.
I don't know. I know I'm probably one of the only Burger King defenders out there, but they at one point had the best fry.
I do remember that, like, back in, like, the late 90s, early 2000s. Like,
When they changed it, remember?
yeah, like, their fries got good. And, I mean, their fries aren't bad.
I was about to say, I'm actually shocked Burger King was so low on y'all's list because, I mean, they're not the best, but I'm shocked. I'm still shocked they're that low because even now they're not the same as they were, like we were talking about, but they're still pretty good. Like light, airy, crispy on the outside fries.
One thing to also take into account, this was, what, 2017?
this was 4 years ago. But I will say we can't make any promises, but it has been in the workshop for a while that we will revisit the French fry taste test with a bigger sampling and a bigger sampler size for be more participants.
That means I'm fucking there. That's what that means. Like I said, I'm down for all the food episodes.
Definitely that of all the episodes that we proposed to the greater AYCH family, that has had like the most like let me be on for that. Yeah. So keep an eye out for that. We may have a French fry taste test part 2 in the future.
I know this, it might be a little nitpicky, but do the potatoes from Taco Bell count?
Do what?
The potatoes from Taco Bell. Would they be a participant in the revamped? I know it's not technically a fry, but
the Taco Bell has the nacho fries.
Well, I keep forgetting they do have fries. Holy shit!
Yeah. Like
Holy
I
crap.
get like nacho fries definitely, but like the actual like potato, like the Fiesta potatoes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being an idiot. I forgot Taco Bell had fries, and Taco Bell is one of my favorite spots. But the locations in our town have let me down so much that I rarely go there anymore.
Yeah, like there's like one good Taco Bell, and it's only good at like noon.
Yeah, I've had the better Taco Bell experiences I've had have definitely been in the daytime hours.
Oh yeah. Granted, if I had to work fucking night shift at Taco Bell, you bet your ass I'd be pissed.
I mean, I wouldn't like it either, but at the same time, that's no reason to like take it out on people who are like buying the food.
That is true.
If they're being cunts, you know what? Redacted.
Sometimes you gotta call.
I have never fucked with anyone's food. I will say that right. Honestly, I've never done that.
Cannon Light, Taco Bell, whack. Burger King, whack. McDonald's, whack. Me, I'm tight as fuck.
I mean, I'm still anxious. Like, I'm chomping at the bit to find out if I somehow won Best Chef in Tuscaloosa. When is that happening? You are the in. You work for these people.
I mean, I do, but
I know you don't work in that department.
They don't tell me shit. So
I know. I'm digging around.
But it should be coming up pretty soon.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
Ken can have a brand new Twitter bio when that comes out.
I'm going to tweet out new bio. Again.
Yeah, because you just changed it.
I did. Interesting, right?
But then
if you follow me at that Cannon Guy on Twitter, find out more.
and then by some chance you don't win, we just have like the whole I was robbed. You build up this whole like feud with the Tuscaloosa News.
I'm gonna start a kayfabe rivalry with the Tuscaloosa News. I'm gonna film fucking vignettes and promos with my belts. I'm gonna get a costume together. Oh my god, y'all aren't ready for this jelly at all.
Cannon storms the Tuscaloosa News.
It's like, listen here,
why
brother.
are you close?
I hate to break it to you, bud. I'm the only one in that building most of the time.
I mean, I'll just go in there and hang out with you. Fuck it. Sir, what are you doing? Oh, I'm hanging out with my roommate. What are you doing? I work here. I was like, rad.
This is actually...
I'm asking him questions about the paper.
This is actually exclusive, the podcast edition of the Tuscaloosa News.
I wouldn't want to say that.
I was about to say, let's not drop business name.
Yeah.
We work for the Groundhog Day paper of the...
Now, you say that, but there's a lot of groundhogs at my work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're like when you pull up to the front, there's like a bunch of shrubberies along like the windows and stuff. Yeah, they got a couple groundhogs that live over there, and sometimes they peek their head out and they're like just like boop 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 eating grass, and
that's
they're cute
adorable.
as fuck.
That is adorable, but until I almost had a catastrophic car accident earlier this year because of a groundhog.
Yeah, he did. And I think it was the same groundhog.
I wouldn't put it past it.
God, y'all want to know a sad story from my adulthood?
Yes.
And
a sad story we haven't heard before.
Man, I don't know. I guess this is just me venting, but I'm sorry. When I know accidents happen, and sometimes animals run out into the road and get hit. I learned, goddamn, when I moved here, when I lived out in Foster's, I swear to God, every day there was a new dead dog or cat on the side of the road. It was terrible, and I hated it. It was the worst.
Oh yeah, like down Highway 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
It's
like,
the worst.
There's always some like dead animal on the side of the road.
Yeah, and plus, like it's sad that a lot of people like don't really rein in their animals, so like they're much more likely to be hurt if they're not fenced in or properly leashed or like kept out of danger some way.
Yeah.
That's why outdoor pets they're confirmed to live shorter lives than indoor pets, or at least pets that are kind of like in and out.
Yeah. But I was on my way to work yesterday, and I usually turn at this one spot, but I decided to go a little farther because, there's some road work and there's like no traffic coming the opposite direction. So boom, I can just automatically turn and be where I need to be. That day when I chose to take that path, I noticed where I usually turn, and it was like brand new. Somebody that ran over a cat, and I was just like, God fucking damn it. I cried on the way to work that day. And I was like, this sucks. I hate it. And then when I came back down, I was just like, oh, okay, somebody moved it. It was gone. This morning, I'm driving to work. No, it wasn't removed. It was a fucking grease spot on the ground. And I'm just like, oh, God. It just all came back. And I was just like, wow, this is going to be a good day. I'm going to cry my eyes out today. I'm going to fucking lose my mind today. Copyright. Hey, I fucking hate this day. Hey. I'm sorry. I like cats. I don't like seeing dead cats. I don't like seeing dead animals on the side of the road, period. But, they're, dogs, cats. It's just, that's a whole nother level. I don't like it.
If you have pets outdoors, keep an eye on them and make sure they're properly.
Yeah. And then, like, the area you were talking about on Highway 11, like, a lot of people, like, live on the road.
Yeah.
So, and they just let their fucking animals go free. I'm like, that's why your animals are dying, right?
Yeah, that's how like one of my oh my God, like two animals that I know of at least. Like she had one dog get down there. It was a really old dog, like old, and like never went down the driveway ever. And then this one time went down the driveway, and now I wasn't there for this, but God, my stepmom called me and let me know, and I was like, man, I'm sorry, that's terrible. But yeah, let's stop talking about dead animals. What do you got on the docket?
Yeah, we had a couple of bullet points we were going to talk about. One of the bigger events from this week happened about, let's say Monday or Tuesday. I sat down to watch the new horror movie Malignant now streaming on HBO Max. And John and Cannon haven't seen it, but I would say they probably heard me watching it.
Oh, I did.
That night. And I will say it's very much a movie you should reserve as much surprise as you can to go see it. Watch it with as few spoilers as possible, because there are some very satisfying moments if you go in completely blind, because there's definitely some moments I was like, what the fuck is happening? So I won't get into it here. We might have a spoiler cast on one day, because Colton Winslow also saw it. But it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a very surprising movie. And James Wan went sicko mode in this movie. I'll just say that.
I mean, from everything I'm hearing, like it seems to be something that no one expected. Like the reactions that I'm seeing, at least, they were like, "Oh my God!" Mostly, I didn't see what I saw coming, like at all.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I haven't seen like reactions to a horror movie like this since Hereditary.
Yeah, and a movie I watched with y'all for the first time. Y'all had already seen it before.
Oh God!
Look, like
yeah,
that is the first horror movie that I have legitimately enjoyed. Like it did its fucking job, in my opinion. It was creepy, and like, if you saw the trailer and you thought you knew what this movie was about, you were fucking wrong, buddy. You had absolutely no idea. And with that, I think the marketing was kind of fucking genius. You thought you were getting one thing, and it was whoop whoop. Nope.
It's very refreshing to see a movie that isn't completely destroyed by its marketing.
Yeah,
Either
exactly.
one is completely spoiled, or whatever charm you see is sort of just beat to death. They keep showing the same parts over and over. So by the time you get to the theater, it's not impressive anymore.
Yeah. I just stopped watching trailers if I can help it. Just
Yeah.
I might watch like an initial trailer, but no subsequent ones.
Yeah.
because it's usually like trailer 2 and 3 when they start spoiling stuff really bad.
Yeah, we might have to just limit yourself to like the initial teaser or like the first, because like you said, 2 and 3. Once they start throwing that out, just like nope, I'm good, I'm sold. Because I told myself I was going to start watching trailers, and I forgot there was. Well, I think it was the new Nick Cage movie we're going to watch soon.
Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Yeah, it was like, well, I'm going to watch it after watching that trailer.
Yeah.
And like which we will cover in an upcoming episode of Cage and Greatness, so don't worry about that. But I will say I didn't really know, like, I mean, I knew what the premise was, but then like to actually see like something to give me a hint of what it would be like. Okay, I'm definitely more on board with it. I don't have like just vague idea. It was like nothing to contextualize it.
As someone who for the most part finds enjoyment in all the Saw movies, as you know, he directed the first one, like wrote it too, right? Co-wrote it at least.
Yeah, he's kind of like the brainchild of the first Saw. And I'm pretty sure he's like producing and stuff on the rest.
Yeah,
Like-
we're talking about James Wan, right?
Yeah.
When like in the vein of things happening you didn't believe happening, did any of his past work, say in like the Saw vein, come out to play in this film at all? Without spoiling, obviously, I guess, if you can. I know that's a weird question, but
Like,
did that make sense to anyone listening at home?
I
Does
guess
that make sense to you?
I think so.
basically like any sort of like prior experience in other films, I would say there's a lot of similarities to some of his like recent work in horror.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some experience that he's picked up in his work outside the genre that really lends to the strength of the film.
Hell yeah.
And that's really as much as I feel comfortable saying.
Understandable. Liz wants to see it. I want to see it after hearing the things I've heard. I'm excited.
I mean, I'd be willing to watch it again,
Like we had a
especially
family
for
night?
like a
I'm down for a family malignant night. Let's do it.
because like without giving any spoilers, there's like a lot of design work in the film that I think is very strong. It's like, and it has like just a lot of really cool character like work in it in terms of like how they make some of the more supernatural elements. I guess, I mean, you can tell from the movie it's an ooky spooky type of movie. That's not a surprise. And it's like this is going to be like some really cool stuff that you'll see later on. Like, you know, like this will be like I think a very nice little thing that people will reference in terms of like horror pop culture. And but the big thing is it's very inspired by giallo. Like this, it's a very broad term now, but it's basically used to refer in its common parlance like a type of Italian murder mystery thriller films. Because giallo means yellow, and there's the kind of the genesis of this genre came from like these sort of like pulpy novels in Italy that a lot of them had like this like yellow cover on it, and they had like whatever theme or imagery for the cover.
Yeah.
And like it was sort of really popular in the 70s, and it kind of waned off then. But basically, it's through this type of movie that the American version of horror and like slasher really came out of it.
Yeah.
Because that's how inspirational it was.
Okay.
For movie making. And so there's definitely like a lot of hallmarks in terms of like visuals and like character design that pull from like the classic tenets of giallo.
Yeah.
And I think the movie's a lot of fun, Malignant, and I think because it gives me more incentive to check out a lot of these sort of classic Italian horror, because I have a subscription to Shudder, and like I have a lot of them bookmarked on there. And I was like, this is giving me an incentive to finally go through and watch that part of my watch list.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The only thing I really know about it, like I haven't really dove into giallos that much, but like I'm pretty familiar with Dario Argento, which got started with that.
Yeah.
Like if you want like a starting point, I would recommend 1977 Suspiria.
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of debatable if it's a giallo or not, but it's a fun movie and it's really fucking colorful.
The like the very like vibrant color palette, especially in terms of like just like one color kind of saturating the, like a scene. That's a hallmark of it, and so like very distressed like women protagonists. A lot of psychosexual imagery, like there might be like a woman being killed, but like it's very like provocative and lurid and sensationalistic, which is like that's all big sort of hallmarks of giallo in general.
Like this is kind of like how they tend to be lit.
John's showing Cannon the image of it.
It's beautiful. I'm a sucker for good lighting in movies,
and especially when you get like those like pinks and blues and shit. Yeah, it's like really fucking
like
sick.
other hallmarks were like civilian and detective work. An unseen, unknown killer with a dark black trench coat, like dark gloves,
almost like a noir type.
Yeah, in a similar respect, unconventional murder weapons for the villain, and stuff like that. And another hallmark of it is just like very Baroque titles, like just like long, artsy titles, just like
like the Fallout Boy song titles of movies.
Yes. Girl with the crystal plumage and shit like that.
A lizard in a woman's skin. What happened to Solange? Bay of Blood, and like a lot of them are whole ass sentences.
You know what else pissed me off about War of the Planet of the Apes more than actually watching that movie?
What?
Having to say it out loud.
War of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, like going to the theater. I was just like, what are you here to see? I was like, War of the Planet of the Apes. I was like, I've just said of the twice, and that's an actual movie that I paid money to see. That is definitely the worst one of that trilogy. I will say it right then and there.
Is that the one with Woody Harrelson?
Yes.
So that was the last one, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen, like, people say those movies are good. I just remember, like, Cody went to see it, the first one with James Franco when it came out. And someone shot up the theater while they were there.
What?
Yeah, they had to they shut down the movie 30.
Holy shit!
And they had to escort everybody out.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, this was.
That's fucking wild. Jesus.
When did that movie come out?
Oh, like 20.
At least 10 years ago by now.
Yeah, 2012 or something.
Like we were senior year, I think. Let's see. What was Dawn of the Planet?
That was the second one.
No,
Dawn of the Planet
Rise
of the Apes Rise of the Planet of the Apes was the first one in that trilogy. Yeah.
Would you think that would be the first one, but whatever.
Yeah, it's weird. But
2011. Yeah, that's
okay.
Literally 10 years ago.
Yeah, okay. But the second one's the best one though.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
God damn, the second one's so fucking good. First one's not bad. First one's not bad at all. I know, fucking Franco's in it, but what can you do?
Yeah.
It's like 10 years of hindsight you learn about James Franco.
But the third one, I'll probably have to watch it again because the only time I have seen it was in theaters. I just remember not fucking enjoying it at all.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I guess I may have overhyped myself because, again, the second one is really good. I highly recommend people watch that.
That's what I heard. The second one is a big shit, but in a very good way.
And like Andy Serkis, as a shocker to no one, puts on a fantastic fucking performance.
It's like Andy Serkis literally returned to monkey.
Yeah,
he did.
And
after he returned to a goblin creature.
Yeah.
I know Tolkien nerds. He's not a fucking goblin. Don't fucking get in my DMs.
It's like if anybody,
However,
the three of us, Jonathan,
he is part of the river folk. I know. Because as soon as that came out of my mouth, I know it's like there's gonna be some pedantic cunt who's just gonna be like, well, actually,
It's like,
I mean, there's some.
take away precious.
It's like God. The only other Planet of the Apes movie I saw before that was that dog shit Tim Burton one.
Oh God, the one from like 03.
Yeah, I watched that shit.
Well, that's the one that ends with like the monkey Abraham Lincoln and
Yeah, it was the one where like as like just a half-ass joke. I believe the story went like that part of the movie was like almost like I think it was like panel by panel, like a comic that Kevin Smith did.
Yeah, 'cause I remember him talking about that on like one of his mini podcasts.
Yeah, but
whether or not that was plagiarized from him.
yeah, and like he did the interview as a joke, but of course the interviewer, context is king. Made it sound like Kevin Smith was like actually pissed about it, even though he was obviously joking in the actual interview.
Yeah.
And then Tim Burton like replied, it was just like, anybody who knows me knows that I would never ever read a comic book. And then Kevin Smith's fucking like pipe bomb response was like, which fucking explains to me Batman. It's like, boom. Even though those movies are fucking awesome.
No,
Tim Burton
they're
does-
still fun.
Yeah, they're still great. Like I might like Batman Returns more than the first one.
But it's also like Tim Burton, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You also Tim Burton's kind of canceled.
It's like Tim.
Oh, he's canceled? It's hard to keep track of all these people that are canceled.
He said black people don't fit his aesthetic.
Oh, wait, I remember y'all talking about that.
That was on the episode of Cage and Greatness.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, we
I
did.
hate it when y'all remind me that it was something that we did on an episode, and I'm sorry, I don't remember this morning.
Oh, trust me, I don't remember everything we do on every episode.
I listen to a majority of the things we do, and I still can't tell you like the things we do.
Yeah, the burden of being the bit historian is something as a cross laid on my shoulders.
But yeah, that's a dumb thing for that man to say out loud, eh?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people saying dumb things out loud this week, eh? Well, previously recorded, I suppose.
Yeah. Or at first I thought you were talking about what Nicki Minaj said.
I mean, that's dumb too, yeah.
God.
A lot of people saying dumb shit.
The groundswell around that is fucking insane. Because in case you didn't know, Nicki Minaj came out and said that her brother's cousin,
His friend, or like there's
Dog, babysitter.
There's like 6 degrees of separation in Kevin Bacon away from.
because she said, yeah, my brother's cousin got my cousin's brother, whatever the fuck, got married or got the vaccine before their marriage in Trinidad, and then his balls swole up, and then his wife left him at the altar. Y'all pray on it and make sure getting the vaccine's your choice. And then, like, that spiraled into this whole political fiasco because literally, Dr. Fauci's like, listen, there is no evidence that getting the vaccine makes your balls swell up. This is stupid.
No, I have
God,
evidence.
like. This is the fucking reality we live in now.
And
Like,
then it escalated to even further that the country of Trinidad released a statement saying there is no recorded evidence of anyone in our country going to the hospital with engorged testicles after getting the vaccine. Like the fucking country's government had to come out and say something.
like,
And
like whole world ass governments is going to be like, honey, sit down.
And then, because there's like literally like anti-vaxxer, like Nicki Minaj stands or just are like protesting, like we want to get the vaccine while fucking Super Bass is playing muffled in the background.
Mm-hmm. Fuck off.
And then apparently like there are some people thinking that she said this like provocative statement to cover up for the fact that she's going to court with her husband, who's like a convicted like
Predator of
Yeah.
some sort.
Yeah.
I don't know the the details behind that, so I don't want to speculate. But like,
it just,
but like, it like when she said that she was like going to court to testify, and I'm like,
Is this
"Ugh,
a smokescreen?"
This isn't a good look.
or she just opened her mouth and said something dumb.
And you know.
And so
You know what they say? Never assume malice when you can assume incompetence or ignorance.
God, somebody, I think it was Twitter. Yeah, I believe it was Twitter. Somebody posted it was just like made the joke. It was like, she might be like a Chuck E. Cheese close by the VMAs or something. And then like somebody like Googled like the location of the VMAs and how close the nearest Chuck E. Cheese was, and it was like walking distance.
Oh fuck!
She apparently canceled her like performance or like her appearance or something at the VMAs or some shit. That's what I saw at least.
The only thing I know about the VMAs was that photo set of Lil Nas X being rushed out of the party drunk as fuck.
And that our fucking mix daddy messiah himself, DJ Cummerbund, winning best mashup VMA. How awesome is that shit?
That's
for
full of
which
shit.
one?
Oh, God, it's not even one of the ones we play all the time. No disrespect, DJ Cumberbund. We fucking love you in this house. We play your songs all the time here. But it was like, fuck, I don't remember.
It had to be one of the more recent ones, right?
I think so.
Like within the past like year or two.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate that I don't remember which one, but I think the funny thing was, I think he found out about it and he spoiled it on his Facebook page. And then people were commenting, it was like, bro, I don't think you're supposed to tell us yet. Like, the VMAs haven't happened.
No, he just pulled a Big E, and it's like Big E.
I'm cashing in.
It's like, I'm cashing in, and then he won. It was like, holy shit, Big E winning the WWE Championship.
That's fucking rad. I may have to, like, do they fucking put Raw and SmackDown on Peacock? I have no idea.
I couldn't tell you, but just,
I would at least watch that.
Just seeing the clips of Big E winning is like it was awesome, and that reminds me when Kofi won.
Yeah. Good on him. He deserves it though.
Yeah,
he deserves it. Kofi deserved it. Hell, I'm ready. When are we getting the strap on Xavier?
Or like make Xavier king of the ring. He's been
like this is what turns Xavier heel. Like both of his teammates have won the big strap, right? And now he's jelly, and then he just like murders Big E.
but you know they would never do that.
They would never do that because that's a good fucking thing.
Yeah, I was about to say
that's a story that would work. But
that's
their
a good
writers
idea.
suck.
That's a good idea.
They don't hire people that understand wrestling in WWE.
They specifically said like that's like doing like bitter brother angles is not something they want to do. If they ever like intentionally tried to like start a breakup angle, they would sort of like, you know what, we're not going to do that. And on a similar respect, a faction in New Japan, Los Ingobernables de Japón, like they're like the leader has been in like the world heavyweight title scene frequently, winning it several times, but there have been other members of the same faction that have won the heavyweight title. And they've been like harmonious, like it's like, yeah, you're my teammate, you won, and we didn't break up because of it. It's like that's more rare in wrestling than like, oh, my teammate won something and I'm bitter because of it. And I'm just like, oh, my teammate won, hell fucking yeah.
Well, I think it would actually like, and I know that storyline has been beaten up to death, but I think it means more because the New Day have been a fucking team for like what 5-6 years now.
It's been several years.
Like hell, they just now like what split up just because of the brand split. I believe right.
They were separated briefly because of the brand split, but they were reunited. It wasn't an official breakup. It's kind of like they got drafted to different.
But I feel like that would mean more. Like hell, I was probably one of the few people when we were still watching WWE at the time. The Wyatt family. That whole like Bray Wyatt storyline where they were trying to get Xavier Woods over.
Yeah.
I thought all the people that would have made that work, I felt like it would have been Xavier. Actually let him like get quote unquote brainwashed and join the Wyatt family for a bit. Just make it, maybe a little bit better than what they did with Daniel Bryan.
I mean,
or formerly known as Daniel Bryan.
Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson.
I know a lot of people don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm sorry. You're just going to have to listen to the words that come out of my mouth hole.
It's like, yes, wrestling, yes.
Yes. Now I got to smoke like I'm Travolta.
Let me get my vape and smoke like Travolta. Let's continue the visual bits that are on the podcast. Here we go. 1, 2, and...
It's the most gesticulated drag off a vape pen you've ever seen.
Oh, man. Can you feel the vapor in your ear holes right now for all of you wearing your ear poods.
You know, I have to say, I give that one an 8.5.
Oh, really? For just dramatic effect?
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate
Nice
that.
cloud. It had nice thickness.
Speaking of wrestling, I haven't seen Dynamite or Rampage this week. I feel weird. I feel dirty.
I was like, fuck.
It's a rare instance where we didn't have our weekly wrestling watch this week.
Yeah.
If the week has been a little off because like not only didn't we watch our live wrestling, we didn't record Cage and Greatness this week or this past week because we took the week off to prepare for this coming week's episode,
Like
for Jimmy's birthday.
Yes. Like, if I remember correctly, the last thing I recorded was that impromptu drunk all-out review, correct?
Yeah.
And that
Oh,
seems
wow.
like years ago right now. That was like, in reality, what, 2 weeks ago almost?
It's because, like Tanner said, we record like 9 times a week at the art house. So, like, the time where we only record one AYCH episode is like, I feel like we should be doing more because we're just so used to just pumping out the content.
Like I said, when y'all said y'all were doing a show today, I was really glad the planets aligned because I was down to fucking clown. I had an itch. It needed to be scratched. I was
Cannon's
ready.
like, I need another hit. I need another hit.
I got
whatever the fuck those kids are doing now, like another visual bit that's not in the whatever the fuck that is.
It
God,
means you're cold-blooded, ice in your veins.
oh, man, I try so hard not to sound like a boomer, but I am. There's just some things I just don't get that are just dumb to me.
Well, Cannon, that's not very poggers of you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're not gonna get a hypers in chat for that.
No.
I don't even know what getting hypers in chat means. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know what it means. I've heard it said 1,000 times. I don't know. Wenzel, what does it mean? Call me right now at that Cannon Guy hotline right now. Let's go.
God,
TM.
Fucking the internet has ruined me because, like, I was talking with my boss before she found a different job, and I forgot what we were talking about, but I full ass just said Giga Chad, and I had and I had to sit down. And it's like, how do you begin to explain to older people what like something like a Giga Chat is? Like I feel like internet speak is another language because you will say like I'll be at my family's house, they'll be like, yeah, that shit was poggers, and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Just shut them up real quick and just be like, it's a new like unit of measurement for like storage space on a computer. I have a fucking computer with 500 gigachats on it.
You've heard of terabytes, but have you heard of Kuwabara's GigaChad?
Downloaded 500 megs of gigachats all day, every day. Cable1.com. Never a sponsor. Fuck that.
But yeah, so I had, and like you can't really give like a crash course in this shit because this shit goes like to incel forums and stuff like that, and you don't want to be like, how do you know all this? It's like because I have no fucking life.
Just like the online anthropology required to like that would be required to give like not only like certain internet phrases or just like the different levels of memes you have to be on to understand certain other memes. It's like like John and I were talking like this is like months ago how like there's so many like Twitter moments that if you're not just chronically online would make no fucking sense because like there's all these other memes and like discourse that reference other discourse. Like I remember there was one night I had to explain what milkshake duck meant to Shimmy. He had no fucking clue what that meant.
Well, like half the shit, like I'll have to be like I'll be in like the lads chat and be like, what the fuck does this mean?
Yes, Cannon, your hand is raised.
Yes, I'm raising my hand because I do this like when we're all in the living room and that y'all say something that I don't know what the fuck that is. What's a milkshake duck?
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
I think you'll be better explaining it than I am.
Okay, milkshake duck was a a term that was born on Twitter.
Okay.
It basically is a reference to it was made out of a tweet that was referencing to, like all these sort of internet viral celebrities, like all these sort of like random little people that pop up over like something like funny and cute or strange they did over a tweet or a video. And people's like, oh wow, this person's really cool and quirky. Aren't they fun? And then almost inevitably, within a week or two of that person being like famous virally, someone does like some digging on and find out they did something reprehensible or they had bad politics. And so the initial tweet was something to the effect of, news, a duck who loves milkshakes captures the hearts of millions online. And then a week later, we regret to inform you that milkshake duck is a racist.
Wait, hold on. Is this an actual duck?
No.
No, this is like a hypothetical. It's like this.
Oh, the
duck-
joke was it was like a satire on this actual person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, how like there's someone who does something cute and quirky, and then you find out they have bad politics.
Yeah.
So like my more recent example. Do you remember if you saw it, because this might be another just sort of very insular thing online. Do you remember there's no such thing as coincidence guy? Like he was like this black guy. He's kind of like femmely dressed, had like these like very striking eyes.
No.
Well, the video in question is he's like one of those weird like new age like spiritual people.
Yeah.
So he's like, there's no such thing as a coincidence, and he's going off on this like pseudo fucking like
already
D&D
inaccurate
bullshit monologue, and this woman comes up behind him and is like running, and then he looks at her as he's talking, and then you just hear in the background, ah!
Like she asked, like I think she asked him a question like, "Hey, do you know where?" As he looked, she goes, "Oh!" Like she screams off camera.
But because this guy, let's see,
and then he without breaking goes back to his like weirdly magic spiel. So basically, like he was such a weird character. People say, "Oh, isn't this guy fun?" And he found out he was like he said mental illness was fake, and
this guy.
And
all right, first of all, his eyes look painted on.
They do.
Those eyes don't look real. And I feel like I've seen his face before, but to say that there's no such thing as coincidences implies that everything happens for a reason. And if that is the fucking truth, there have been literally millions of terrible things that have happened. So you're wrong. Fuck you.
Yeah. So like
Mr. Painted Eyes on guy, you know what? There's no such thing as your fucking eyes because they're painted on.
yeah,
They're fucking fake.
I guess
they're fake.
I guess it means it's not a coincidence that his ass got canceled for having bad politics.
Exactly, because you're a fucking idiot.
But that's the general gist. How like a lot of people who get famous very quickly online, inevitably someone goes to look into their history and to find out they said or did some said or did some fucked up shit, or they're currently doing fucked up shit. Now there have been some people that I feel like kind of got unfairly maligned, but then that's just kind of the nature of the machine. And even if they weren't sort of run through the mill, they you know. A meme sort of has a half-life even shorter than it did back in the day, so they would have been cycled out anyway.
Yeah, and like I follow like a bunch of like like YouTube micro celebrities that will get canceled over the stupidest fucking shit. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
And like obviously there's shit that's not okay and people shouldn't do, and they should be held accountable for their actions. Yeah. But I feel like there's definitely some stuff that people are discovered to have done that they aren't currently doing, but they're still like getting, this is like a punishment that they're owed. Like if they're not actively being a shitty person, don't try to pull receipts on someone on like bad behavior that they're not doing anymore.
Yeah.
Well, and often the case, like if you do any sort of digging on these people who do the digging, they're 10 times worse than the person they're trying to cancel.
Worse.
More times than not. Hell yeah.
Or
absolutely.
Like, back when that whole fucking James Gunn cancellation happens, like, I can't believe James Gunn did this fucked up shit on Twitter 10 years ago. The guy who started that, who tried to get him canceled, who dug up all those bad tweets. He was a fucking Nazi.
Yeah, Mike Cernovich is a fucking fascist.
Don't get me started on that. People that we actually know tried to like rustle my jimmies on the matter, and I was just like not trying. I was just trying to like exist and have a day, and people are.
But yeah, I understand your frustration.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, you know, I don't know. I mean, like, it's like people change. Like I said, like I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I've said some terrible things in the past, but I also, you know, grew up. I can sit and take things at face value. It's like people evolve and grow, and if somebody said something stupid, like, again, I will use the James Gunn scenario. It's like, granted, were some of the things he said that were they fucked up? Yes. I mean, you know, he didn't like mean to shit. I mean, someone who like got his career started. It was like what, Trauma, right?
Trauma, which that
in itself,
like
is just
you should know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Like when
I've seen a couple of those movies, and I'm just like, I get it. I don't like it. Just gross for gross fucking sake.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, this was the same man who made the movie Slither.
Hey, I actually enjoy that movie.
I've never seen it. I've just seen like the gross shit.
You know what?
It.
I haven't seen it in years. I would like to watch it with y'all, because there's a lot of gross things in Slither, but like
very much so.
Not like, you know, like Trauma-esque. I've seen like somebody like take a liquid diarrhea themselves out. It was weird. It was this movie. It was like Night of the Chicken Dead. It was a Trauma film.
Yeah.
I don't know who directed it. I don't know when, but I remember seeing it. This guy like ate some of the chicken and had some of the like the squirty shits. They had a censor bar over the actual like oh, God, I hope it was a fake asshole. And you could just see like liquid brown stuff just going out everywhere. The bit of the gag was this dude shit so hard that he pooped out his own like skeleton. Did I just fucking say skeleton? Skeleton. And like it just walks around.
He's shit so hard you shit out Jack Skellington.
Oh, God damn it. And
this is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Oh, fuck! I hate it. Anyway, he was a really rotund fella, and basically the joke was he shit so hard that it was just his skeleton, and just like walked out of the toilet like, I'm skinny, and it's just like bloody, disgusting, gross for the sake of being nasty, and I don't want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Point being, people change. I've said stupid shit in the past that I wholeheartedly don't believe anymore.
I mean,
And
I think everybody
has.
Everyone changes or grows, or some cases, when they don't change, I mean, that is a conscious choice. But
yeah,
you know, like, and there is also a difference between people who do things and people who say things too, or at least like that's the way I think about it.
Like, you know, this is nothing new. We talked about this before. Like, you know, the ability to say something like inflammatory without meaning it, and someone who's being purposefully inciting.
Yeah,
I mean, and like not just and those are both, you know, objectionable to different degrees. But I think obviously someone who says like, I know this is fucked up and I'm doing it intentionally to harm and hurt other people's environment, that's to me more objectionable in a way, because you know exactly what you're doing.
It's premeditated.
Yeah,
I mean,
versus someone who just like says something ignorant because they don't realize it.
Yeah,
yeah. The ignorance only becomes a problem until you know you like lock down, dig your heels in on it.
Yeah,
doubling down on your bullshit.
But you know, and like, you know, I think I'm all for like restorative justice. Like, let's focus on like healing. What can we do to make the situation better versus punishing the perpetrator, when in reality we should be paying attention more to the people who have been hurt.
Yeah, it's like Liz says all the time. Like, you know, people forget about redemption arcs. Like some like sometimes they're legit, and when it happens, it's pretty sweet. It's a pretty sweet moment.
Yeah, I mean, like James Gunn, for instance, or Dan Harmon from Rick and Morty, who like when Harvey Weinstein came out, he got Me Too'd hard. But he like came up on his podcast and like he went the whole 9 yards with it. and
Yeah.
was like, I am. He was like, and him and the person, met. It's a Lucas.
It's a Lucas on the show. What? Hello.
We're talking
Nice
about this
podcast,
serious
yeah.
thing, and then
Oh, we got a run in on the show. What up? How you doing?
Doing good.
Oh, come on over here.
it's, we gotta turn you up.
We got Luke in the house. Say what up, Luke.
What up, Luke? Just cruising.
Hard-working tattoo professional in T-Town. Just like living and we shot hard on our local businesses. We talked about the rights and wrongs of morality on the internet.
Fun.
Uh,
I explained to Cannon what a milkshake duck is.
Yeah, I still don't know, but no, I do know, but it's weird. Why? That's a weird comparison. Milkshake duck.
I feel like I've been on the internet.
I don't know why milkshakes or ducks were involved, but okay. Both of those things are pretty cool in my book.
It's basically just a shorthand for someone who became very popular on the internet, but then show their ass with like bad politics or bad behavior. And also, we try these little mini churro bites.
Oh, yeah.
But you're welcome to have one.
They look delicious.
Just one mother. No, I'm kidding.
It'll probably-
And thank you for letting us be a part of this. And thank you for being a part of the show. This
Now,
has been
look,
great.
I know this will probably come out of order from the Drunk Cast episode that we did, which we'll release at some point in time.
God, let's not schedule karaoke and a drunk cast at the same time. It's like wrangling like drunken goats.
Because like there's one point in the Drunk Cast where like we're talking and then like Cannon's like Cannon leads everybody. It's like Joseph when he's trying to get him to get on the mic.
Joseph wanted to sing. I wanted Joseph to sing.
Well, I think this would be a good time to wrap up. I think the party's getting started upstairs, and we don't want to be late to our own party.
Oh no, fashionably late in our own house.
Hell yeah.
But thank you all so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed yourself today. I know we certainly did. Be sure to follow us wherever podcasts are found. That's SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe on all those platforms. Helps us out, keeps us visible, keeps us high in the algorithms, and always we appreciate you when you do it. If you're listening to this episode the week it comes out, this coming Thursday on Cajun Greatness will be a birthday celebration of Captain Shimmy as we do a Dolph Lundgren retrospective. Now, we did mention this last week, but there was a last-minute change in schedule, so it will be coming out for sure this week. And on the late takes, that's on Tuesday, Tanner will be debuting the first episode of his spinoff of the spinoff.
Wait, what?
And that's the late takeout, where Tanner and company tries different and unique food items, and we'll think you enjoy that episode as well. And lastly, you can follow me, Patrick, on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. John lost his name in my art on Facebook. John lost his name art.
My name is Jonathan. You can follow me on Twitter at JONIBY24 and John Owens on 12 on Letterboxd.
I have been That Cannon Guy. You can find me at That Cannon Guy on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd.
All right, Luke, do you want to plug yourself real quick?
Get your ass over here and plug some stuff.
I'll plug all the previous accounts mentioned. Go check them out.
Oh, dude, come on.
Come on.
Go check out Lucas at Tattoo05.
Yes.
Check out Lucas's tattoo Instagram. That's _Inkless_ on Instagram. We love you too, Luke. All right,
Love you,
thank
buddy.
you all so much for listening. Take care, and we'll be seeing you very soon.
Happy birthday, Shim. It's party time.